Ladies and gentlemen, here we are once again. Mesdames et messieurs, it is Bly against Nex here on the Go4SC2 Wednesday Cup, and we just saw Nex not only kicking out Underdog out of the tournament, he was able to kick out Beastie out of the tournament as well. So Nex just played a PvP, he played a PvT, and now he is playing a PvZ, and he's with 150 games already in the Masters League. He's playing against Bly, of course from the Ukraine, a very good Zerg player. On the other hand, Nex, aka Kleenex, is from France, I guess, and he is spawning as the orange Protoss in the top left position. Meanwhile, Bly is spawning as the yellow Zerg player in the bottom right position. And so it is cross positions overlord, just scouting out what's going on, hovering over the smiley face expansion. Meanwhile, Bly got a telephone call. And post the game. So next we'll scout out the top right expansion base at first, but there will be no one to spot because yes, it is cross position and they are not spawning next to each other. So so it looks like both Nex and Bly have a Warcraft 3 background. So Nex was known as Kleenex in Warcraft 3, Bly was okay, still Bly, and there we see the probe is moving out, and will spot absolutely nothing. A PvZ on Shakuya's plateau can be very interesting. Of course, it might be even the possibility to go for a Nexus first play. And Nex, of course, is not that in a bad of a position because the Zerg player can't really make that big of a use regarding taking down the destructible rocks, just moving over there to the left and attack from behind, because cross positions is what you want to have as a Protoss player, at least from my personal experience. In a ZVP as a Zerg player, you can spawn next to each other. In a ZVZ, you can spawn next to each other as well. But in a TVZ, you don't want to have the Terran opponent spawning next to you, because with the siege tanks and stuff, it just can easily end you right now. And we see Bly not going for the hatchery first play, and we see Nex going also not for some Nexus, not for some Forge first play. So both really playing like they would normally open on a small map. There we see the extractor is finished by Bly. He started to mine some gas a couple of seconds ago. He's at 20 gas already. The spawning pool by Bly will be finished in about 10 seconds. There is the blocking pylon by Nex. Maybe this was the reason why he was not Bly was not able to go for the hatchery first. But this pylon will be dead in about 10 seconds there. Queen is en route as well. And remember, some people say, okay, you can save the 100 minerals, cancel this pylon shortly before the warping process is finished. But I think about this way. If with this pylon, if you can delay, for example, a hatchery by 30 seconds, and assuming you will not get rushed. In the end, think about it. When the Zerg player in about 5 minutes got his 20 drones here at the natural, mining gas, mining minerates, and then imagine for 30 seconds he will not be able to mine anything at all. And so in the late game, this pylon in the early game really pays out for the Protoss player. So it's really like a butterfly effect. A swing with a wing here from a butterfly can change the tides of the tsunami waves, whatever. I'm not sure how to call this, how to explain this really, but I think you know what's going on when I tell you something about the butterfly effect. But speaking about flying and butterflies in the air, Stargate coming up by next at the moment. So he went 1 gate, 2 gate into Stargate, so really interesting first Phoenix en route already, and of course with a reduced Phoenix build time. The Air Superiority Fighter, by the way, is it called. And minus the chrono boost, you can get out some phoenixes quite fast. And with the phoenixes out there, of course, looks like next try to move out, and he will be successful. Only a couple of zerglings there. And with the phoenix out on the map, of course, you can repel any overlords. You can make sure that you won't get Nidus Worm attacked. And he's not moving out with his first phoenixes. He is actually waiting until he got a nice amount of phoenixes, maybe to lift up some queens, to lift up some drones, and he does not want to show his phoenixes right away. So Bly, who's finished with his evolution chamber already, won't get up any spore crawlers in time. There we see Bly going for the lair. It is halfway done already. And there are the phoenixes that they are now moving out. Meanwhile, the zerglings still trying to group, still trying to do a little bit of damage here and there. Meanwhile, Nex now going for the Nexus. And there are the phoenixes trying to get this one overlord. They can start to lift up the queens, but they are not lifting up the queen. Nex needs to watch out for his Phoenix there. Bly instantly going for the spore crawler, but in the end all the phoenixes of Nyx survived, having 2 kills in total, 1 overlord and 1 drone. Meanwhile, mass zergling attack is coming up, and in the last second he was able to prevent a run by from happening, even lifting up some zerglings here. I mean, it's better than nothing. And now, nice defense here by Nyx. We saw that Bly tried to do a run by wood. He was not able to do this because Nyx not only was blocking the ramp, he also was warping in additional units. And there we see Nyx continues to produce phoenixes. There we just see the 4th phoenix is arriving, going for the 5th even as well, warping in 2 more gates. The Nexus just finished for Nyx as well. The robo facility is en route, getting another sentry. Zerglings tried to get in there as well once again, but were not successful. And did Nyx scout the expansion here at the 3 or 4 o'clock? No, he did not. And he's got 4 phoenixes. And with his 4 phoenixes he tries to do some damage, but of course he needs to watch out. He can't do any lifting anymore because 3 queens with a transfusion ability are just too much to handle, so it would be actually a waste of phoenixes. And interestingly enough, Bly decides, even though there are quite a lot of phoenixes on the field, decides to go for the spore crawler, not the spore crawler, for the Spire anyway. So Spire is en route for Bly at the moment, and with this Spire he might be able to get maybe at least some Corruptors for the beginning out of the field, because those Corruptors are actually, nice lifting, and with this lift he will be able to kill the queen before the other queens are there. But sorry. Nice transfusion coming up, still got, now it's no transfusions anymore, but he's lifting up all the queens, but he still needs to watch out, especially this phoenix. So 1 queen is down, 2 queens are still alive, and he's got enough energy on those 5 phoenix to constantly re-lift all those units. And I just getting a telephone call, just a second please. So here I am back again. I am really sorry I had to take this phone call because my car is currently not working, and I got an appointment to get it fixed, and that's why I had to talk on the telephone. And Shortly before we saw this insane Phoenix action, and he did really a nice job. He lifted all those screens up, prevented any more transfusions to each other, and in the end he was able to kill 3 queens with the 5 Phoenixes, now losing 1 Phoenix to the Corruptors. And Corruptors are really a super good unit to have in the mid and in the late game as a Zerg player against a Protoss player, because the Corruptor not only can attack carriers and Void Rays quite well, they can also attack the Phoenixes. Phoenixes don't do extra damage against Corruptor. Corruptor with the high armor survive quite a long time against the Phoenixes. The Corruptors can attack carriers, the Corruptors can attack Colossi, and all those late game units a Protoss player might have get taken out really easily by shitloads of Corruptor. And of course people underestimating this ability very much so. The corruption ability, corrupt a unit and it takes 20% more damage, and this debuff, it lasts for 30 seconds, and 30 seconds is quite a long time in StarCraft relations. So, and by the way, Nex was able with his gate units, where are those gate units? Yes, they are currently back in the base. He was able to take out the 2 o'clock expansion. Drone is moving up there once again, and with all those Phoenixes, Nex is having, he's scouting constantly what is going on the field, and he's making use of this superior speed with the Phoenix. And if he knows, okay, there is a base, I can move out, punish him, and he just makes sure that Bly stays on 2 bases, and he's doing a really good job by that. So Nexus is now the second expansion is being built here next to the center location on the left side, and now looks like he is moving out again. We take a look at the supply, and there we see Nex is ahead about 7 plus 15. 22 supply for the moment. Observer is in the mix there as well. Nice force fields preventing those bandings from doing any more damage. The Corruptors can't do shit at the moment. And there are some Spine Crawlers. Now we see some Guardian Shields as well. So first Spine Crawler down, second Spine Crawler down as well. And those bandings just can run away. Now they want to go in there. Now they want to explode. But of course, they don't do that much damage, but in the end they did enough damage to the Zealot, and without the Zealots only the Stalkers and the Immortals against Speedlings is no can do. He's tried to blink away, but in the end he was not successful with it, losing more and more Stalkers. I mean, Bly could even easily take out those 5 remaining Stalkers and the 1 Zealot. But I mean, nice defense, really nice defense by Bly. Of course, Benlink's not that good of a unit against armored units, but as soon as all the Zealots are gone, and without any High Templar, without any Archons, without any Colossi, and Bly is pausing the game once again. And without those area of effect damage dealing units, like the High Templar, like the Colossus, and like the Archon, Zerglings have nothing to worry about. They just move in and they just kill stuff. So meanwhile we wait. I take a 30-second break. Be right back. Okie dokie, and here I am once again, and the Bly paused the game because he's playing in another tournament as well, and most likely this other tournament will be the Craft Cup Light. Nex now is finished with his Nexus. He's started to mine some minerals there already.